We're going back to the phones. Jackson, Walnut Creek. Jack wants to weigh in on the Draymond Green topic. What's going on, Jack?
Hey, fellas. I don't know if you've seen any of the content that, Bleacher Report stuff is putting out right now about the match, and I know it's probably on TV now, but there's just no way Draymond leaves the Warriors if you watch this stuff. I mean, look at the way he's interacting with Steph and Klay, and I mean, talk about awkward if he were to, leave, and I don't even think they put this on without him already knowing his fate. I mean, talk about doing Steph and Klay dirty. They're cracking jokes. They're hanging out with each other, and there's just no way that they already don't see the writing on the wall and behind the scenes know that Draymond got something yet but inked up. And I think that just needs to tell you all you need to know about Draymond's fate with the Warriors.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. And, we've been monitoring the feed. Our guy, Lucas Alexander, super producer, Mark Grandy, the Grandy Man, can and does on the board. And actually, we're going to play some of that audio for you. First, it's Draymond Green, and this is via Bleacher Report. Draymond Green is the reporter for the match, which is about to start, a golf match between Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce against Steph and Klay. And Draymond had this to say about his own teammate and a former president.
Steph is like him to me. They're the same person, and it's the biggest compliment I think you can ever get. But Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, if I can have President Obama on, and I know I just went way left comparing Steph, and y'all don't get it, but you'll understand.
He just had Steph. He lost with them.
It's like
smooth operators right there.
Yeah, they just got a way about them, and they get it, and I always got the right answer, and it's dope.
So Draymond Green is comparing Steph Curry to Barack Obama, and he said that Barack would be his favorite podcast subject if I had the opportunity to have anybody on. It would be Obama. It's all about the pauses, Grandy. It's all about the forward increments when you do your bargain basement, your Salvation Army.
That's a 3.
I got a 1 from the back, but Grandy's a noted hater, so I'll take a 2.
I thought we were talking out of 10. That's
that hurts. Everything's always on a 5.
I got to recalibrate.
It's always on a scale of 1 to 5 crides in honor of Mark Kreidler.
It's a 1.5.
We don't do halves.
Well, then it's a 1.
Oh, in that case, I won't try it. I won't try it again.
We just turned a 3 into a 1, just like that.
I felt like it was closer to a 2, quite frankly. Here's the other piece. Here's the other piece of audio from the pregame, and this is Steph talking about gambling with Draymond Green.
This man wins everything on the card table, so
I'll let you hear about it.
Yeah, all the earnings from today are probably gonna end up in his pocket by the end of next year.
I got a question.
So think about that, JD. Steph talking about losing card games to Draymond, and all the money from today that Steph's going to win is going to end up in Draymond's pocket next year. Are they playing cards online, or are they going to be teammates again?
Yeah, that's sure a likely indicator that they're going to be teammates again and playing on the plane or at a hotel somewhere.
Right, or both, or all of the above. So I think those pieces of sound, Draymond on Steph as Obama, and then Steph on Draymond, card games, and future gambling, that tells you all you need to know about will he or won't he.
But don't misconstrue that with he's going to take a discount. We all agree that he's coming back, I think.
Yeah.
But again, don't misconstrue that for, well, he's coming back, so that means he's going to take less. Or he can get 100, but he's going to take 75 or 80. No. Now, does it mean maybe he'll take 90 or 92? Maybe. But the Warriors are still going to have to come to the table and pay whatever the market dictates that they pay. That's the one thing when we get back into that conversation about respect and appreciation for everything he's brought and can still bring and keeping the band together, you're going to pay a premium for that. You're not getting that at a discounted rate. And so I think it's pretty apparent, and it has been since the moment that the Warriors were knocked out down at Crypto on May the 12th, that they wanted to run it back and play together again. But again, you got to pay the piper. And so the onus is still on the Warriors to make a deal that Draymond is agreeable to.
And Draymond is currently the piper, and I wonder if he takes even one penny less than what he can get elsewhere, and that's what's driving the intrigue as we are now 23 hours and 23 minutes away from the start of free agency. Can you replace Draymond Green? Do you want him back? 888-957-9570. Jay's in Oakland. What's up, Jay?
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say that you should pay Dre because what he gives you on both sides of the ball is going to take more than one player to replace. And I think waiting for those two players' chemistry to build with Steph and the rest of the team, with like rotations and all that stuff, is going to take too long and waste years.
I'm with you, Jay. How much do you think that he's going to get? And how much would be too much for Draymond over a 3-year deal?
It's hard to say because, like, honestly, I'm like, pay him what he wants. If he's not, like, I think anything over 110 to 115 is like, okay, all right, I don't know.
I'm with you, Jay. Thank you.
It's a tough build,
yeah.
But at the same time, what like are you really going to say no? And what are the consequences for saying no if you're the Warriors? If it does
the consequences are it's over.
Yeah.
And you mentioned this before. And it may be over already. And I loved that you said that during the crossover, and it made me a little mad because, I'm a big-time Warrior fan, and I don't want this to end. It's like going to that great party. This party's so fun, and it gets to be like 12:30, and a few people are starting to leave, and it's starting to thin out, and you're like, you know what? This party is going to end at some point, but I don't want this party to end. And that's where I am with this Warrior thing. But if Draymond leaves and he takes the keg with him, or he's the DJ and he takes the music, the party's over. So if it costs you an extra $10 million or $7 million a year, we can worry about the Klay part of it down the road. Dave's in Livermore, and he knows Draymond's worth. What's going on, Dave? You're on with JD and Dibs.
Hey, guys, so before I give my opinion on what he's worth, and I got a question for you. When we got rid of Poole, did that eliminate that huge extra salary tax we were going to pay if we brought Draymond back? Did it get rid of that?
No, because you actually took on more salary than you got rid of for this year.
Short term, you're paying more.
Long term, you might be able to pay less, depending on what you give Draymond and what Klay ends up getting if you keep him.
Okay, so here's my thing. I'm the unpopular opinion here. I don't think he's worth any more than 3 years, $75 million, and here's why. Can't depend on him in the playoffs because we don't know if he's going to get kicked out of a game. No one wants to guard him on when he's on offense, so it's just double up Steph or Klay or Wiggs or whoever. And when you have that plus the salary tax that we are going to pay extra because we re-signed him, Joe Lacob has to think about that and go, I remember it was up to $500 million, right? So do we really want to do that and pay $500 million? Because I don't think Draymond is not going to be the guy that defends those elite bigs. He can't do it anymore. We've seen it with Davis. He's not going to slow down Jokic, and we're going to face those two no matter what. We're going to face them. So how can we say we can win with him when he can't beat those guys? So why are we going to pay him more than $75 million? That's all I got. We don't owe him anything. He doesn't.
No, I appreciate it, Dave. And he could have gotten 27.6 if he would have opted in. He opted out knowing that he was going to get more than 27.6. Definitively, he knew that.
Yeah.
Either here or elsewhere. He absolutely knew that.
Right. And again, maybe I was naive initially, but I thought it could have been at least at the beginning point, he was going to make more. He wanted the years as opposed to the average.
Agreed.
Like, I thought an average of under 27.6 was plausible. It doesn't seem that way now.
Right. Especially with Poole out and Chris Paul in, it feels like more than ever a run-it-back scenario.